All right, once again, good morning. I'm Dave Zavolinsky coming to you live from the Alert Center. We're following more breaking news at this hour. There is a large police presence currently at Millard South High School. Our Andrew Pfeiffer, as you see there on the scene, he just got his camera up. I'll have him step out of the way if he can hear me for a quick second. A large police presence. We're told at least 20 cars are on scene. Just before 9 o'clock this morning, there was a report, according to Omaha Police, of potentially a person inside the school with a gun. We have since confirmed that police have searched the school, and they have found that to be false. So again, it appears to be a swatting call at Millard South High School. That is why there are upwards of 20 Omaha police cars live on scene, as we are giving you a live picture here of Millard South High School there, right off of Q Street in the area of about 135th, 140th area. So there was a large police presence. You see the cop cars, they do not have their lights on, but students are apparently, some of them, leaving the school here at this hour. Obviously, this is a very tense situation. Anytime we talk about a high school or any school and the potential of an armed person, and this is especially the case at Millard South High School. It was actually 15 years ago last month. It was January 5th of 2011 where there was a school shooting at Millard South High School. A suspended student went to the school with a gun and shot the assistant principal. That was 15 years ago, just last month. And then again, about 16 months ago, there was another incident at Millard South High School. This turned out to be a swatting call. This was October 28th of 2024, so 16 months ago, but you can see the panic from students that day as well. I'm going to bring you back live to the scene, though, here at Millard South High School right now, where there are a lot of police cars still there, but there does not appear to be a ton of urgency from the police. And again, it sounds as if they have cleared the school of any potential threat. I'm told Andrew Pfeiffer is live on scene. He's the one providing this picture right now, and see if I can bring him in front of the camera. Andrew, if you can hear me, can you tell us what you're seeing and what you have confirmed from talking to people on scene?
Yeah, Dave, well, I'm not sure if you can hear me very well, but I'm standing here outside of Millard South at the moment. A lot of police are actually currently leaving the school at the moment, about 20 cop cars. None of their lights are on, but just a little bit ago, actually, when I pulled up to the school, a bunch of police officers with armed guns went inside of the school. They were in there for a few minutes. One moment, Dave.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Okay, we'll be there.
Okay, we're being told to move right now. We'll be back with you guys in a second, but right now it seems like cops are clearing the scene. So we'll be back with you in a moment.
All right, we'll see what happens to his camera. We'll try to stay live here if we can. Probably has to get back off school grounds a little bit. We'll see if he moves his camera. So what happened is shortly, just about an hour ago, we're told right before 9 o'clock, there was a report of a person with a gun inside of a bathroom inside of Millard South High School. Police quickly arrived on scene, as you can imagine, and we are told the building has been cleared by Omaha Police, and this appears to be one of those swatting calls where somebody calls police to give that report to elicit a very large police presence at the scene of the reported crime. It is great to hear the news, though. Millard South has been cleared of any such threat. Police appear to be moving away from the scene right now. Everything will likely get back to normal operations at the school, but quite an intense hour, not only for the students and faculty inside of the building, but anybody who lives in the area. Millard South surrounded by a bunch of neighborhoods there off of Q Street. And so anybody who is in the area and all those local businesses, they probably saw a ton of police cars. As Andrew reported, 20 plus showed up to the scene. That would elicit all sorts of emotions for people who live in that area, especially if they have been there for quite some time. Because again, 15 years ago last month, there was a shooting, an actual shooting at Millard South High School where a student shot an assistant principal before leaving the property and taking his own life later that day. And then just 16 months ago, late October of 2024, there was another reported incident of a gun on property. But again, just like today, that was confirmed to be a swatting call. There have been numerous reports of swatting calls, not only at Millard South, but across other schools here in the Omaha Metro and all across the country in recent years. It is a big problem. There's currently legislation being talked about in the Nebraska unicameral about making that a crime. We lost our live shot there with Andrew. We'll see if we can get him back up. I think he has to move off property. But the good news is here at this hour, let me bring myself back up on camera. The good news is at this hour, it appears as if there is no actual threat. That's the official word from Omaha Police. It is indeed a swatting call, a fake incident called in to elicit that large police response and to incite all sorts of fear and panic for those involved in the situation. It took about an hour, but it looks like things are currently calming down there at the high school. And we just saw police cars leave the scene. Andrew said he counted at least 20 as he arrived on scene there, maybe 15 minutes or so ago. We're efforting to get the live shot back up with him. Hopefully he can do so as quickly as possible. In the meantime, we'll show you video once again. This was from 2011. That day, you can notice the older Omaha Police vehicles there on scene for the actual school shooting. Again, that was at 2011 at Millard South High School, where a suspended student for driving his car on the football field, tearing it up, then returned to the school and shot an assistant principal. The assistant principal survived. The student later in that day took his own life off of property. So that was from 2011. And then here's video from just 16 months or so ago. This is from October 28th, 2024. Look at the police response that day. You see students running. Again, there were reports of a gun on a property, all sorts of fear, panic at any school across the country that has to go with that these days. But thankfully that day it turned out to be fake and there was no threat and the students were never in any danger, thankfully, that day. And that appears to be what happened out there today. We did see some students leaving the school here right behind Andrew's brief live shot that we had up a moment ago. Hopefully we can get him back and ask him what else he observed. He said he did see an armed police officer, that is, with his gun drawn today. They obviously went into the school and cleared it for any threats, and that is the word from Omaha Police at this hour. It was a swatting call. So it took about an hour to get resumed. Here we are, 10:02, crossing the top of the 10 o'clock hour on this Wednesday morning, busy news day. We also, just about an hour ago, received the news from Fremont Police that they have concluded their investigation into the incident that took place at Fremont High School. That was last Thursday, January 28th. You'll recall there was a planned walkout by students at Fremont that day. And amidst the protest, chaos kind of ensued, and it got close to the road and actually spilled into the roadway. And a juvenile driver in a red SUV hit another juvenile student, and then the driver sped away and left the scene. Police have identified all involved from that incident, and today they announced citations for 6 people. One was a Fremont adult who we are not naming. She was cited for criminal misconduct, and the juvenile driver was cited for leaving the scene of an accident. And then there was a juvenile pedestrian who was cited for being in the road unlawfully. We are still trying to work and confirm if that was the pedestrian hit. That is our assumption, but we have that question out to Fremont Police right now. So this is the top story currently over at FirstAlert6.com. 6 people in all, 5 juveniles charged for the Fremont incident that took place at Fremont High School just a week ago tomorrow. That was January 28th. So I can get to my email. Can you email that to me, Kevin? I'm told we just got a statement in from Millard South. I'm being told it is officially confirmed now by the school that it is a swatting issue out at Millard South. Looks like Andrew's shot is back up. I'm going to take his shot live until we can see him pop in front of the camera. He certainly moved far back from the scene. Go to my live source here. All right, here we go. We got Andrew's shot back up live. This is from Millard South. He's clearly off school property right now, where just over an hour ago, there was a report of a student armed inside of a bathroom at Millard South High School. Police raced out to the scene. Andrew said he saw at least 20 Omaha police officers, or cars that is, on scene, including at least one Omaha police officer who was armed going into the building. They have since cleared the building of any threats. Kevin, do you have that release from
Mic check,
email?
1 2 1 2, Dave.
Andrew, you got me?
Yes, I do, Dave. How you doing?
All right, good. Hey, how are you? I understand you moved off
I got
property
you, Dave.
further there. What did you see there when you arrived about 20 minutes or so at Millard South High School, Andrew?
Well, Dave, I'll go ahead and I'll give you the full breakdown of kind of what's been going on. So I pulled in just about 20, 25 minutes ago, and there were a bunch of cop cars outside of the school. I counted about 20 of them. Their lights were not on, except for one car had their lights on. When we pulled up to the scene, cops were still outside of the school. Students were still coming in and out of the school. There was more of a calm demeanor. Didn't really have much of a panic to them. And then right as we pulled up, all of a sudden, all the cops grabbed their guns and then went into the school. We were actually waiting on a statement from Millard South. At that moment, when that happened, somebody was going to come out from the school and speak with me, and then that's when the cops grabbed their guns, went inside the school. But obviously, as the school reported, that there is no threat. But eventually, the cop actually talked to me during our live shot last time, Dave, said I had to move off the property, so I'm across the street here at the district office where those new developments have come through. But right now, all the cops have left the scene. There is no threat as of right now, and all the students are presumably safe, Dave.
Yeah, and Andrew, here, I'll keep you here for a second, as we did just get a release from Omaha Police here at this hour. Or sorry, this is from Millard South School. Trying to pull it up, having trouble with that. This morning, Wednesday, February 4th, 2026, Millard South High School received a swatting call from someone claiming to be in the building. They followed security protocol, moving into a lockdown and calling police. We appreciate our continued close working relationship with law enforcement and the support they provide in these situations. It was determined there was no threat to the building. The day has returned to normal. So as you see, Andrew Pfeiffer live outside of Millard South across the street now. So Andrew, what's the scene there now? Have all the police left? We have, as I just read to you from the statement, they say the normal school day has resumed at the high school.
Yes, the normal school day has resumed. You know, when we first got here, students were coming in and out of the building. There wasn't a whole lot of rush. People didn't seem to be in a panic, as most of the students actually stayed inside the building. We were only there for about 10, 15 minutes on scene when eventually the cops went into the building, they came back out, and eventually all left. So by the time that we left the parking lot, most, if not all, those police cars were out of the parking lot by then. And so there's no credible threat. All the students are safe. There's no issue, and this does appear to be a swatting call. And after the police left, they presumed to let students back into the building to resume the school day as usual. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to let these students out. I'm not sure what their plan is going to be for the rest of the day when it comes to swatting calls handled in Millard. I was a Millard West kid growing up, and we never really had anything like this. So just to see it happen again with, 2011 and then back to now, just with a fake swatting call, it can put a lot of people on alert, especially in this neighborhood, considering they've seen it before.
No doubt about that. Doesn't matter the high school or the school for that matter across the country. Always a nerve-wracking situation. It happened just before 9 o'clock this morning. We got our crews out there as soon as possible. Omaha Police got there even quicker. And the good news to report at this hour as we crossed the 10 o'clock hour, it was indeed a swatting call, so it was a fake emergency, and everything is back to normal at Millard South High School. That is Andrew Pfeiffer live on scene. Andrew, thank you for your efforts and hustle today to get out there and bring these live pictures to our viewers. And I'm Dave Zavolinsky, live from the Alert Center. We'll wrap up the breaking news coverage right now. We'll have a recap of this, plus the citations issued from Fremont High School, or from Fremont Police to 6 people in Fremont, including 5 juveniles for last week's incident there following the protest of ICE immigration operations across the country. So a busy news day already here on this Wednesday morning. I'll see you live on air today at 11. I'm Dave Zavolinsky from the Alert Center. Thanks for tuning in.